And now for our next news special report.
Today we're diving headfirst into a bombshell revelation that has rocked the ongoing saga of the Georgia election charges against former President Donald Trump. It's a story that reads like a political thriller with allegations of misconduct, improper relationships, and the mishandling of taxpayer dollars. The stakes are high, and in the eye of the storm is Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who is facing accusations that could not only jeopardize her career but end her witch hunt against Donald Trump once and for all. A hearing has been scheduled to investigate these explosive claims, and calls for Willis to resign are growing louder. Stick around because you don't want to miss my final thought on why this story matters to every American. Now, folks, before we dive into this explosive report, let me tell you about something that can keep you warm during these chilly times without breaking the bank. You know, heating bills are skyrocketing and staying cozy is getting expensive, but here is a game changer. It's an amazing portable compact heater. It's easy to use, saves you a bundle on heating costs. The average cost to heat a home is projected to rise over 17%, but this portable heater can help you beat the cold and keep more money in your pocket. It's perfect for your bedroom, your living room, office, plus it pays for itself in savings within the first month alone. Get it right now for a whopping 55% off this new year. Try it risk-free or a 60-day money-back guarantee, secure checkout, and more. Visit getwarmnow.com to order before this offer ends. Now, in the latest twist in the ongoing Georgia election charges against former President Donald Trump, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and the lead prosecutor in the case, Nathan Wade, are facing allegations of an improper relationship and mishandling of taxpayer dollars. The judge in the case has ordered a hearing into these claims that's scheduled for February 15th, right after Valentine's Day. Now, this has given rise to more controversy and calls for Willis to resign. The situation is another example of what many perceive as the misuse of the legal system to pursue false charges against Trump. As evidence continues to mount that Trump is innocent, it's time for those responsible for these baseless accusations to be held accountable. Willis should step down immediately, and these fraudulent charges must be dropped once and for all. Now, the recent allegations against Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her handling of the Trump case have many questioning the credibility of the entire judicial process. It's a concerning situation when false charges are brought against an innocent person and a prosecutor's misconduct threatens the integrity of our republic. And the fact that Willis is facing multiple investigations and calls to resign isn't surprising given the nature of the allegations. It's clear the situation is undermining the pursuit of justice, and it's imperative that we demand accountability and transparency from our elected officials. Fani Willis should step down from her position immediately. Here's more.
Fox News Alert now. The judge overseeing the Trump Georgia election interference case has just set a hearing on accusations of misconduct by District Attorney Fani Willis. Let's get right to Steve Harrigan. He's live in Atlanta with this breaking news. What exactly are we learning here, Steve?
Sandra, we're learning that the judge has set a date for a hearing that will be February 15th. So think about what's happening here. The Fulton County District Attorney, the woman prosecuting President Trump and more than a dozen others for election interference in Georgia, is now coming under investigation herself. Herself and one of her prosecutors, they'll be looked at for possibly an improper relationship and also possibly the misuse of public funds. So far, Fani Willis has neither confirmed nor denied a romantic relationship with that prosecutor. She called him a great friend. She said the criticism of her and the other prosecutor are both racially motivated. But really, it has spun things up here, and Republicans have begun to attack her, including the Governor Kemp as well. This certainly does give a lot of ammunition to those who say this is a political persecution against Trump. Sandra, back to you.
Now, the unfolding scandal surrounding Fani Willis and her alleged misconduct is a disheartening display of injustice. Despite clear evidence indicating Trump's innocence, Willis has persisted in pushing false charges against him. Now, as allegations of improper relationships and mishandling of taxpayer funds surface, it's evident that Willis should resign. This atmosphere is a disgrace to our legal system. Now, it's high time to put an end to the controversy and restore dignity to the Georgia legal system. The upcoming hearing on February 15th is an opportunity for justice to prevail and vindicate Trump, but it's also a chance for Willis to step down and avoid further embarrassment. Let's hope that finally the truth will prevail. So the news is so big that even MSNBC couldn't hide from it. Watch.
A judge setting a date to hear misconduct allegations against DA Fani Willis. NBC's Vaughn Hilliard joins me now with the latest. Vaughn, what do we know?
Chris, this stems from the filing from one of those 19 co-defendants, Michael Roman, who in a court filing here earlier this month is seeking to dismiss the charges not only against him, but those other 18 co-defendants on the basis of Fani Willis, the district attorney from Fulton County, who filed this indictment, and the special prosecutor that she appointed to the role, alleging that the two of them have been engaged in a romantic relationship in which the financial benefits that the special prosecutor has received through payments from Fulton County have been used for personal trips and to benefit the couple's romantic relations. Now, the judge, Scott McAfee, in the Fulton County Superior Court, who is overseeing this pending criminal trial, has set February 15th as a date in which there is a hearing to hear this claim to have the charges dismissed. Now, Fani Willis's office, the DA's office, has said that they will respond accordingly, not in the public, but in filing that is due on February 2nd per the judge's order. So we should be receiving more word from the district attorney and the defense of the allegations that have been levied by one of these defendants, and ultimately on February 15th, a hearing to determine whether the charges stemming from Fulton County would be dismissed or whether there's any legitimacy to the claim that is being put forward by one of those defendants, Michael Roman. At this point in time, he has not provided any actual evidence supporting his claims here at this time. But of course, this will all come out here in the weeks ahead.
Oh, it certainly will. Judge McAfee's decision to order a hearing into these allegations has sent shockwaves through the legal and political landscape. The accusations are serious, involving an alleged improper relationship and financial misconduct. It's no wonder that calls for Fani Willis to resign are intensifying. Nathan Wade, the special prosecutor hired to handle the case, has received a staggering sum in legal fees, nearly $654,000 since he took the role. This has raised eyebrows and led to further scrutiny of the alleged relationship between him and Willis. The allegations made in the filing are damning. They claim that both Willis and Wade are involved in improper, clandestine personal relationship while profiting significantly from the prosecution. It's a shocking revelation that raises questions about the integrity of the entire case. Willis' response by playing the race card is also telling. She's also chosen to directly obfuscate the issue of the allegations, but shockingly defended her adulterous behavior in a church. This has sparked Representative Corey Mills to send a letter demanding an investigation into Fani Willis by the Georgia State Bar. Watch.
You did not tell me as a woman of color, it would not matter what I did. My motive, my talent, my ability, and my character would be constantly attacked. First thing they say, oh, she gonna play the race card now. But no, God, isn't it them who's playing the race card when they only question one?
And that was Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis claiming all attacks against her and Trump prosecutor Nathan Wade are based on race. Willis is accused of having an improper romantic relationship with Wade. She is now facing accusations that she paid her alleged lover $100 more an hour than an expert RICO prosecutor who was also working on the Trump case. Florida Congressman Corey Mills is sending a letter to the Georgia State Bar, formally demanding they investigate Willis's relationship with Nathan Wade. Here now, the man himself, Florida Congressman Corey Mills. Congressman, thanks very much for being here. I want to get to your letter, but I also want to get your reaction to what you just heard from Fani Willis.
Well, I think that it's very obvious that she's going to continue to try and utilize the race card as a way to get away or abate her real issues. I mean, the unethical and unprofessional conduct that she displayed, the fact that there is corruption and potential collusion, even with the Dems and the Biden administration, to have election interference and impact President Donald J. Trump. I think also the fact that she could have been financially benefiting from this additional spending with Wade in her romantic rendezvous. And so I think there's a lot of things that needs to be unpacked.
The situation keeps escalating as the hearing date approaches. Judge Scott McAfee has ordered a hearing scheduled for the 15th of February to delve into the explosive allegations of misconduct and the improper relationship between Willis and Wade. The walls are closing in on both of them as the evidence continues to mount. And in a surprising turn, Georgia taxpayers might not only be financing Fani Willis and Nathan Wade's extravagant trips, but a new House Judiciary Committee finding suggests that Willis might also be misusing a $14.6 million federal grant awarded to the Fulton County DA's office by the Department of Justice from 2020 to 2023. This raises concerns that American taxpayers could unknowingly be funding an unlawful prosecution against President Trump, a strategy seemingly orchestrated by the Democrats well before 2020. Here's Roman Balmakov with a detailed video analysis of these unfolding events. Watch.
All this evidence between the initial court filings from last Tuesday, as well as these new documents which have been brought to light, well, they have sparked an actual congressional investigation into this whole matter. Specifically, Congressman Jim Jordan, acting in his official capacity as the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, well, he launched an official probe into Mr. Nathan Wade. Here was what he wrote in a letter to Mr. Nathan Wade announcing the investigation. Quote, according to a recent court filing, you have been paid more than $650,000 at a rate of $250 per hour to serve as an attorney counsel and later a special assistant district attorney in the unprecedented investigation and prosecution of the former president and other former federal officials. This filing also alleges that while receiving a substantial amount of money from Fulton County, you spent extravagantly on lavish vacations with your boss, Ms. Willis. The letter then throws a bit of a curveball. It goes on to say that the House Judiciary Committee, they have in their possession evidence of federal funds potentially being used to finance the state-level case. Quote, the committee has information that the FCDAO, which is the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, received approximately $14.6 million in grant funds from the Department of Justice between 2020 and 2023, and given the enormous legal fees you have billed to the FCDAO, there are open questions about whether federal funds were used by the FCDAO to finance your prosecution. Now, this development obviously is rather wild, because depending on what this investigation of theirs actually yields, well, we might learn that this massive amount of money that was given to Mr. Nathan Wade was not coming only from Fulton County taxpayers, but rather from the Department of Justice at the federal level, meaning, in practical terms, it will be all of our tax dollars sending Ms. Fani Willis on all these lavish vacations. Now, in his letter, Mr. Jim Jordan, he set a deadline of January 26th for Mr. Nathan Wade to provide Congress with the relevant documents in this particular case.
Wow. It's just unraveling for her. So what's even more surprising is the deafening silence from the district attorney's office regarding these claims. As the controversy intensifies, it's becoming clear they may not dispute the allegations, but are instead focusing on other issues. The question now is, will the hearing bring the truth to light, or will it be used to limit the exposure of potential misconduct? As the nation watches, it's imperative that justice prevails, and those responsible for any wrongdoing are held responsible. Now, the situation is a glaring example of the misuse of the legal system for political purposes. The allegations against Fani Willis and Nathan Wade are incredibly serious, and if proven true, could tarnish the entire case against Donald Trump. And the public deserves a transparent and impartial investigation into these allegations, and any misconduct must be met with consequences. In conclusion, the situation surrounding the Georgia election charges against Donald Trump has taken a dramatic turn, with allegations of improper relationship, mishandling of taxpayer funds by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and lead prosecutor Nathan Wade. The upcoming hearing on February 15th will be a critical moment in determining the veracity of the claims and the integrity of the case against Trump. It's essential that justice is served and those responsible for any wrongdoing are held accountable, whether it be Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, or anyone else involved in this case. The American people deserve nothing less than a fair and transparent legal process, free from political bias and misconduct. In this tumultuous saga of allegations and controversies, one thing remains clear: justice must be blind to personal agendas and political motives. Our legal system's integrity is paramount, ensuring that every American receives a fair process, regardless of their political affiliation. It's increasingly evident that Fani Willis and her team may have crossed ethical boundaries, casting doubt on the pursuit of truth. Allegations of an improper relationship and financial misconduct warrant a thorough investigation. While former President Donald Trump has faced numerous legal challenges, mounting evidence in his favor emphasizes the need for justice to prevail. The American people demand transparency, accountability, and a politically unbiased legal system. We hope the hearing on February 15th illuminates the truth and with the appropriate consequences for any wrongdoing. Our republic hinges on fairness and justice, and it's our duty to uphold these principles. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.